guys, it's Miranda here. We are at M1 Concourse at the Monta building, and I am excited to meet a very exciting garage owner here today. Let's go see if she's here. Come on. Hey Iris, how's it going?
It's going good. Come on in. Welcome to the Motor Guild. Okay, well, welcome. This is my Radical SR10, and I raced this last year in the American Speed Festival, and we will be racing again this year. And my husband does share this with me, but not really. This is my husband's car. This is a Praga. And this is our very large race trailer that comes in handy on race weekends. And this is our locker room. Has a good number of wells and an optical illusion mirror at the back. Makes it seem very, very large. My husband's Sailor Frase is a complete badass. Sorry, you might need to edit that. And I put these trophy cases in to showcase all of his really significant accomplishments. So he's won just about everything there is to win. I have a few things that I've done, but he's way more accomplished.
That's okay, you gotta put the trophies somewhere.
Yes. And then this is where we wrench on the cars. So it's nice, we've got two lifts, and as you know, if I need to put on slicks or rain tires, it's a really quick, lift and change. Or things that are more complicated, like oil changes, and when things break.
Yeah.
I don't fix them, but we do have people here that do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are the cars in here?
This is my husband's Miata, and this is a very scary car that do you know what Lemon's car is?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a scary monster car that we don't need to look at.
Man, you gotta cover up the Lemon's car.
Yes.
Cool. Who's Mustang?
And obviously we've got a really cool Mustang up here that is one of our guild numbers.
Very cool.
Yep, and I normally have a Lotus that sits right here. That is at the prefix center getting a new motor.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
This is already really cool, but I know they have a lot more cool stuff, so let's keep it going. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, what is up here?
Welcome to the Motor Guild. This is the club level. Let's go over here. This is our conference center, so our members can have their conferences here. We have pop-up dinners, banquets, all kinds of things. And then this is my favorite room, which is our wine room. And if you're afraid of heights, this room is not for you.
This is sweet.
Pretty sweet, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can have a glass of wine and watch your car being wrenched on.
Very cool.
Don't wear a skirt or else they might get their own show. This is our ladies' room, which I will show you. Please enter because I designed this.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
It's very feminine. And we wanted it to be an Art Deco feel in here, so all the cabinetry. There will be stained glass up in the ceiling that's not there yet.
Oh my goodness, and there's so much more to look at.
And let's walk over to our bar. So this is the Motor Guild's bar.
Man, I want to be a part of this club now because this is a really cool space, and it's like where do we go next? We've got the car up here, looks like some simulators.
Yes, so we can go look at the simulators. These are 3 simulators that you can race each other.
This is sweet. And then, do you guys own this car? I mean, geez Louise.
Yeah, so we'll take this out on a Sunday to get, to go to dinner, have a cute little date night. So this is a 1932 Auburn.
Wow, this is really, the whole space has such an elegance to it. Really, what my eye is going to right now is that view. Let's go check out the view. So cool.
My husband really pays attention to the little details. So these tables are actually the rotors from Schumacher and Hamilton's car.
So cool. I mean, this might have to be our longest video because there is so many cool details in here. You guys are gonna get all the B-roll on this video. Like even the chairs, the flooring, like there's so many different materials just in the flooring here, and the furniture is all different. And man, this place is so nice. I'm so jealous of the club members. There's more, right?
There's more,
I can't believe it.
For the club members that want to smoke a cigar and have a nice view, follow me.
That is so cool.
Yeah, this is our humidor.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got some grills for making pizzas and outdoor food.
And really a great view on both sides.
Yes. Yep, so we'll get partial view of the fastest part of the track, which is the most interesting.
And then you guys have a great view of the arena too, which that's where all the fun happens during the festivals and events.
That's true, and now that I think of it, that's the best view.
Okay, Iris, this has been crazy and I need to know more. Let's sit down. I've got some questions for you.
Okay.
This has been a crazy, crazy experience so far. You guys have such a nice place. This might be a deep question, but I have to know, how did you get to this point in your life? I mean, with race cars in such an elegant space, how did you get here? This is an amazing accomplishment.
Thank you. It's step by step. It started, I think, when I was a kid, and my love of cars, which surprisingly came from my mother, and then going to race school, and my husband and I having this journey through different platforms of race cars and the love of racing, and then the M1 community. I felt there was a need for a communal space, and so I talked to my husband about taking our garage and turning it into a club where everyone can enjoy, the love of cars together.
That's awesome, I love it.
Yeah.
So you said at race school, tell us a little bit more about that and your racing that you do now.
Well, the first race school that I went to was actually one of my first dates with my now husband, and we did a Corvette 3-day race school out at Spring Mountain, and that's where my journey began. I think the first time I drove on track and felt what a lateral G felt like, I knew that I was hooked, and so I started driving a Corvette and doing some time trials and track days, open track days. And then I decided that I wanted to go to race school. And I did the race school at Waterford in an SRF, which is not a Corvette. And completely different racing platform, but equally as fun, and it's an open cockpit, so it's very visceral and exciting. And so I got my race license in an SRF. Then I moved into the Lotus, which is a Lotus Exige. Has a little bit of downforce, but mostly mechanical grip. Really fun, sporty race car. And then, last year, right before the American Speed Festival, I got a Radical. And that's a whole nother animal. That is a downforce car. That is a sexy race car. It's a purpose-built race car that has so much power. And while my husband drives a Praga, and that's like riding a dragon. That's also a purpose-built race car with a ton of power, but it can get out from under you really easily. Whereas the Radical, it listens to the inputs that you give it, and it has so much power. It's so visceral. It is a fantastic driving experience.
It's so cool to hear like you've kind of evolved with your racing. And you mentioned American Speed Festival. So will people get to see that Radical on track at American Speed Festival?
Yes. Actually, they're going to get a nice, healthy dose of Radicals because I have helped design a race called the LROC, where we have sponsored vehicles from Radical. We have 5 pro female drivers coming from all different platforms and all over the country to race the M1 track at the LROC during the American Speed Festival. And Radical is at the heart of everything. And I will be racing a Radical, and the amateur race that we have is called the Stiletto Shootout. And I'm hoping to get more Radicals involved in that race as well. So you will see a lot of Radicals on the track.
That is so cool. And I feel like the more we're talking, the more questions I have for you. This is like so interesting and so cool. I don't think that American Speed Festival gets enough credit. It is such a cool event, and there's so much cool stuff to see there, and now we're adding to it, right? Like, LROC is going to be so cool. Do you guys have an idea of who's gonna be competing in the race yet?
Of course. So we have Pippa Mann, which is 7-time Indy 500 driver. She is an absolute badass, and she is gonna fill the Indy slot. And then we have Lonnie Unser, which is the niece of Al Unser Jr., and who is our Masters of Motorsports this year. And so that was a nice coincidence that we got her as a racer as well. Then we have Laura Hayes, who is the fastest woman up Pikes Peak. And we have Megan Meyer, who is a drag racer. So we have a really star-studded lineup that we're excited about.
Wow, such a cool mix of stuff, you guys. Like, so cool. And the Radical will be so cool to see in action with different drivers who are used to driving different things. And let's talk about the Stiletto Shootout a little bit. I'm pretty sure that I've heard the story before, but I think it's really cool. Tell us how the Stiletto Shootout came to be the name.
Well, Paul is a good friend of mine, and a couple years ago at dinner, I said to him, you know, your track looks like a stiletto. And he said, oh, it does? I said, yeah, turn it this way. And, oh, yeah, it does. And so I said, we should do a female-driven race and call it the Stiletto Cup or something with the stiletto, right, because they're going to be racing a stiletto-shaped racetrack.
Right.
And I love the idea of grabbing female race car drivers, female pros from all over the country to race the Stiletto Cup. And Paul, as Paul is, he thought, well, let me think about this. Then he came back with the Stiletto Shootout. He thought that was a better, play on words, which I think he's right.
So yeah, the really cool thing about M1 here is the community of people, and Paul, the owner of the track, who kind of stays behind the scenes, he comes up with so many good ideas, and you guys are coming up with some good ideas on your own for getting people involved. Tell us more about the Motor Guild.
Well, the Motor Guild really came to fruition when we started noticing that everyone's coming to the track and everyone's kind of in their own little silo. And we are a really interesting community with interesting stories and passions that do all align. And so we wanted to create a space that, like a Cheers, where everyone knows your name and they can come into the space and we can open up all 3 levels and they can have a conversation maybe after they're on track for one of the track days. They can come, have a drink, talk about what they did on track, share stories. laugh together. It's really taken off.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm already sold on the idea. Like, looking at these garages here, I think everybody loves the idea of maybe owning a garage at M1 one day, especially if you're a car person in Metro Detroit. And you guys are kind of giving an opportunity for someone who is interested in that to get a taste of what it's like to have a super elegant experience here at M1. How can people get some more information on it?
Go to themotorguild.com. We have tons of events that we run for our members, and whether it be parties or track days or all types of different experiences that we offer to our members. So please go on to themotorguild.com and see what we have going on.
As we sit here, I cannot stop thinking about how exciting that LROC race is. Man, we've talked about how there's going to be different drivers from, really different racing styles. And I would really think it would be cool to share a little bit about LROC, the name, where it came from, and how it makes the race exciting.
Well, the LROC is a play on the old IROC series, where they grabbed, the hottest NASCAR driver in Indy, and they grabbed these drivers that were very successful in their own platforms, and they brought them all together to race one car on one track, and they equaled, the playing field and to see who was fastest. So, knowing that Al Unser Jr. is the master of motorsports this year at the American Speed Festival, it was a really fun play to do something like that race. So we called it the LROC, the Ladies Race of Champions. And we grabbed 5 different race car drivers, pro women, from all different platforms. We've got a midget racer, which those cars look like monster trucks. And then you've got an Indy racer, you've got a drag racer, and a Pikes Peak Porsche, driver. You have drivers from all different platforms to come together to race the LROC and see who's fastest.
Yeah, well, because really, also, they're all gonna be driving the same car.
Yep.
All on the same track.
Yep.
All the same conditions. It's really gonna be cool to see how that really decides what this race is gonna look like, because it makes it a really even playing field, but I'm interested to see how comfortable each driver is in that car on our track, because there's different race styles.
And that's the sign of a pro. If you can get in any car and be fast, you're a pro. And so we're gonna watch 5 pro women get in a car that they don't drive, all the same car, which is a Radical SR3, which is a formidable purpose-built race car. It's gonna be really sexy and fun to watch. And we're gonna see how fast they can get and how quickly it takes them, which for these women, no problem.
I'm so excited. Really, I think M1 Concourse is the only place that you get so much cool stuff, like an LROC race. Every time we are here for an event or to look at a garage, I'm always blown away. So you guys, make sure you check out all of the stuff for American Speed Festival. Stay tuned for some more information on LROC. Man, I could go on and on for the stuff to stay tuned about. Just make sure you're subscribed. Always check the website and the socials, because there is so much cool stuff here at M1 Concourse and you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much, Iris, for your time today. This has been awesome, and we can't wait to see how LROC goes and really just see everything. And yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.